I went for a prostate biopsy. And ladies, let me give you a piece of advice. Don't ever go for a prostate biopsy. Okay? I can tell you that having had a thyroidectomy and a prostatectomy, I now have a unique Irish condition known as there's not much left of me. Now, the idea of why I want to reference these as micro goals, it goes back to a concept or a phrase from an English author by the name of Anthony Trollope. And Anthony Trollope, who's a 19th century author, he said that a small daily task, if truly done daily, will beat the labours of a spasmodic Hercules. A small daily task, if truly done daily, will beat the labours of a spasmodic Hercules. And the idea behind this 5 micro goals, chaps, is that if you implement the 5 micro goals, they're small daily goals, but they can make a huge difference to your environment. And some of you are probably wondering, why does he keep referring to us as chaps? Yes, you see, you're wondering, aren't you? Right. Now, chaps is a kind of an Irish-English phrase that refers to colleagues or friends. Tends to be more male-orientated, but I suppose in this gender-neutral society we're in, I'm going to actually use it to reference to you here now as chaps. But the main reason why I'm referencing it is that the 5 micro goals I'm going to provide you with actually spell out the acronym CHAPS. That's right. Okay? So the first micro goal is compliment. And everyone here in this room can set up a micro goal that will be implemented by when they compliment someone. Now, the logic behind putting into micro goals is that you probably do know that we've got neurotransmitters in our brains, neurochemicals, and one of them is dopamine. And dopamine is known as the feel-good chemical, as you all well know. And when something good happens, the dopamine kicks in, you feel better about yourself. The logic of treating these as goals is that if you set yourself a micro goal that I will compliment one person when I go back to work, when you actually hear yourself complimenting that one person, you're going to hear yourself saying, hey, I achieved my micro goal. You're going to feel better about yourself. But what about the person you've complimented? How do you think they're going to feel? Positive, upbeat, happy, and more prepared to work with you. Everyone here in this room can set themselves a small micro goal and implement it to compliment at least one colleague. Now, sometimes I get comments like, well, Conor, what happens if you can't find someone at work to compliment? I say, maybe you shouldn't be in that place. More pointedly, I'd say maybe it isn't the workforce is the problem. It might be you. But what I also do believe, though, is that everyone here in this room can find some reason to compliment someone. I mean, you could come out with something like, wow, your hair doesn't look as bad as it did yesterday. That kind of thing will work. But everyone here, though, can work on the compliment acronym. So number 1 in CHAPS is compliment. I will compliment one person when I get into work. Now, I'm going to put a question to you. I'm going to give you a 15-second exercise to think about. You buy into the concept of the power of a compliment, yeah? Okay, all right. Think of one person, when you go back to the workplace, to the hospital, to the facility, to the ward, think of one person that you will compliment. You got it? Okay, all right. Now, I'm going to ask you, that one person that you will compliment, is that someone that you get on well with, that you like, and you already have a good work relationship with? For this to be even more effective, is think of the person that you don't necessarily get on that well with. Right? Think of the person that you don't necessarily have a good relationship with. But think of the impact it could have if you actually get into the habit of complimenting the people that are not necessarily your best co-workers. It works. Don't just fall into the trap of complimenting the person that you like. Chaps, first micro goal is compliment. The second micro goal is H, for here.
Irish guy was super cool. Everyone needs to come and see Conor Cunneen because he is awesome. You will learn so much. Your ONS, everyone loved him here, and I will tell you something. He will bring the gift of the GAB to your ONS chapter, and it will be the ultimate presentation that you will ever receive.
Boom, 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 boom. Hey, greetings to the good people of Texas. Conor Cunneen, Irishman, speaks here. You know, when General Sam Houston's ankle was shattered at the Battle of San Jacinto, his doctor came up to him and said, "Houston, we've got a problem." And what? That wasn't where it came from. It was Apollo 13. Oh, okay. Sorry, I gotta get my history right. We'll start again. Okay. Hey, greetings to the good people of Texas. Conor Cunneen, Irishman, speaks here. And I'm really looking forward to presenting at your retreat. I will be speaking to you about the Gift of GAB, or more particularly, leadership through the Gift of GAB. What? Explain GAB. Okay, all right. I should explain GAB. GAB is an acronym for Goals, Attitude, Behavior. Goals, attitude, behavior. And how if you adopt this concept of goals, attitude, behavior in your work life, it will help you to create a better work environment for you and for your team. And my promise to you is that after my presentation on leadership through the Gift of GAB, you will be leaving with a smile in the face, with a spring in the step, and some memorable, actionable takeaways that will help you to create an even better work environment. When we talk about goals, we'll speak about micro goals that you can achieve every single day with your team that will help you to feel better and your team to feel better and create better engagement. We'll talk about attitude and how your attitude, especially as a leader, will determine the attitude of the people around you. And then we'll talk about B for behavior. And basically the idea here that as a leader, your behavior creates your brand. Your behavior determines what people say about you. And what people say about you is your brand. So we'll think about what your brand is. So that's it. Conor Cunneen, Irishman, speaks, off to walk the land again. My promise, as I said to you, is that you'll be leaving with a smile in the face, with a spring in the step, and with memorable, actionable takeaways that will help you and your team to achieve even greater success.